Sure. Come in. Would you like anything else?
Do we, want anything else? Yay! So you do remember after all! Paimon will give you the sweet flower from that sweet madame as a wind bloom. No need to worry about that! Paimon can make room!
All right. Just a moment.
Oh, that was great. If that was a wind bloom treat, then Paimon wishes it could be the...
I wonder how many bouquets I'll receive this year.
All right, looks like we're all here.
Not at all. We just came early to set everything up, since we happened to... Kale put up the tent so quickly, but still managed to tie very sturdy knots. I didn't do much apart from passing with...
Thanks. It's all thanks to Master and Sino. They taught me everything I know.
What can I say? For a skilled adventurer.
Are you quite finished? Or were you going to sing each other's praises till the moon rises? That sunshine sprat was really very good. I didn't watch you cook it, but...
That's correct. Any further deductions?
Let me think. The aroma was quite uniform. Unlike that of a spice blend, it was also, as far as edible Mondstadt plant species are concerned, small lampgrass?
That's right. I've long heard that Sumeru's fish with cream sauce is noted for its gentle texture. Here in Mondstadt, we're not quite as varied in the use of spices as in Sumeru, but...
I liked it a lot. I'm curious as to the exact ratio of ingredients.
I'll write a copy of the recipe for you.
Would anyone like to try the nutrient-dense meal I made?
I'll have some.
What about you, Kale? It doesn't look like you've eaten very much.
No. I just don't eat a lot normally. Sorry. I didn't mean to...
Tainari. While we were on the road, we spotted something white, walking on two legs.
Which day was this?
Just after passing through Stonegate.
Sino, are you sure your eyes were working that day? Or maybe your hood was... Paimon always flies. There's no way she'd ever walk.
Is that right? I thought that you'd made me snacked on too many local... ground nuts? No? Not funny? Ground, you know. As in ground up, but also the ground. Ground nuts make you fall to the ground.
Think of this as part of the process of getting to know Sino.
Still, we could test the hypothesis.
What hypothesis?
That plant species indigenous to Mondstadt may have an effect on the motor functions of flying lifeforms.
Hey! Paimon's not your test subject! Anyway, by your logic, wouldn't that mean that eating, say, Zaitun peaches? Hey! Not you two!
I think the Traveler and Paimon's conversations are more entertaining than Sino's jokes.
I see. You must...
You seem much cheerier now that you're here in Mondstadt, Sino. Actually, feels like you're a complete...
That's because I'm Sino the Adventurer. It's not?
In fairness, you only saw him in his work mode while you were in Sumeru. He's actually like this most of the time when he's in a good mood.
Yep, it's true. Sometimes when he's eating, he'll grumble about how the bowl is too shallow for the amount of food it contains and other random stuff like that.
I understand. Then allow me to reintroduce myself. Before, you knew me as...
Yeah, so that's another thing he does. He'll keep repeating something he thinks is funny until you stop trying to resist.
So you have two different mental states? Almost like different phases of matter.
I think in your case, the two states we would end up with would be highly conscientious. Oh, by the way, was there any reason in particular?
Oh, well, Lisa once told me that the Windbloom Festival is one of Mondstadt's biggest events of the year. I wanted to take this opportunity to give everyone a Windbloom, as a token of my heartfelt...
Plus, it was a good chance for Kale to get out and meet some new people.
Kale Lily.
What?
Kale's Windbloom. Maybe she should call it a Kale Lily. It sounds... There's also Cauliflower, which would technically make more sense. But somehow, it doesn't sound as nice.
Moving swiftly on.
Wow, he just completely ignored the joke and carried on the conversation. Guess sometimes that's the only way forward.
Sumeru's been through some major changes recently. I don't get many opportunities to take a vacation, and this was a chance to join Kale on her
How about you, Sino?
I came to ensure Kale's safety.
That's just an excuse. Plain and simple.
Also, there's the matter of a Genius Invocation TCG custom-made card back.
Aha! So you did have an ulterior...
Have you all played Genius Invocation TCG before? Well, you should. For the sake of our continued... When I first began contemplating getting a new card back, I asked around a friend of mine, Sawada, whom I played cards with on occasion, had been to Inazuma for the Irodo...
Halks?
You mean, he's a friend of yours?
I see. So, you came to Mondstadt in search of...
No, that is inaccurate. I came here
You most certainly did not. Kale's been here on the quiet numerous times.
Not only me, same applies to you too, doesn't it?
If my writer friend were here now, I'm sure he would describe this curious coincidence as having the makings of a good...
Oh, here it comes.
Wait, you mean you're Mr. Calx?
Having my new friends address me by my pen name feels... somewhat unusual. Please, just call me Albedo.
Huh. So you're Calx. Sino's been talking about you non-stop recently. He's in...
You didn't have to say all that.
I don't usually take private commissions, but I believe that we are friends now. Our conversations have been deep and interesting, and Sino, your passion for this game is indeed one of a kind.
Obviously.
And given that you've come all this way from Sumeru to see me, I'd be quite honored to take this commission.
Wow, your teacher's so nice.
I feel the same about yours. Well, they definitely have different personalities, but they're similar when it comes to their character.
So, how much should I budget for the timeless masterpiece you will produce for me?
Surely timeless masterpieces.
Any artwork fit to appear on the reverse of my card decks is by definition a timeless masterpiece.
Don't mind him. These TCG nut jobs are all.
I see. So, this has an almost religious significance. Well, for starters, I'd like to hear a few more of your jokes.
My jokes? You like them?
I do.
Really? I didn't see you laughing.
Yeah, well, the joke's ability to induce laughter is separate.
If I might interrupt, does anyone else smell something strange?
My nutritional meal!
Will it be okay? Should we go?
The pitch black whale inhabiting the outer sea.
Only the base is burned. We can still use the cooking pot.
Good thing Tainari's nose is so sharp. Has he been in this kind of situation a lot before?
I know, it's just... I'm sorry to disappoint Sino. I guess we'll have to do this again another day. Oh, yes. I'm not sure if you've... Kali seems a little... depressed. I noticed she was in a low mood. Remember that note she received? I was just thinking. I want to try solving this riddle, and...
Oh, yeah! She's someone who needs your help.
Exactly. Maybe she'll be willing to breathe into my test tube. But anyway, that can wait. As much as I'd like to make progress in my research, I'd prefer to see her smile.
All right, we'll help out.
You will? Then tell me, honestly.
Right.
All right, let's meet at the alchemy crafting bench. We're back.
Oh, what a shame. You just missed a joke about windmills.
Stop, please. I don't need to hear it a fifth time.
That bad, huh? Well, now...
Didn't you say you want to see the Dragon of the East at some point?
Tomorrow morning. And you? What are your plans?
I'll go into the mountains to have a stroll and collect a few plants as samples.
Oh, perhaps I could join you? I'll be looking for inspiration for these card back illustrations.
Found you! I knew I was onto something as soon as I saw the fire.
Wow, you have really sharp eyes.
That's an outrider for you.
Uh-oh. Did we break the fire safety rules or something?
Actually, you didn't. Strictly speaking, you should have reported your plans first. But since two of our very own alchemists are here, I'm happy to look the other way. Ah, yes, introductions. I'm Amber, and this is the Reconnaissance Company Captain Eula, a good friend of mine.
Good evening. You are friends of Kale, yes? A pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Amber and Eula. The pleasure is ours. I've heard a lot about both of you from Kale.
Oh, really? All positive, I hope?
You asked that last time, too. Of course it was positive.
I'd say. We hear the latest news about you every time you write to Kale.
Glad to know we've made a good impression so far. Anyway, we're just here to collect Kale, so don't... Come on, Kale. We're gonna take you to check out a few scenic spots.
Okay, great.
Still as high energy as always.
You know Amber?
Yes, we've met. She's Kale's most important friend. And for that, we are also very grateful to her.
That's Amber for you. Her outgoing personality means she can make friends with just about anybody.
It's getting late, and we still have a lot lined up tomorrow. I suggest we all head back and get some rest.
All right, I'll start packing up.
You're gonna get the tone-deaf bard to check out that note, aren't you? Guess Paimon knows you pretty well, huh? Knowing him, he should be hitting the taverns around this time. We can go corner him and make him answer our questions. Let's move.
Oh, it's been a while.
Paimon called it. Tone-deaf bard drinking as usual. Put your drink down and get your game face on. We've got some important questions.
Okay.
So, what do you make of it?
Aren't you forgetting something? It's the Windbloom Festival right now. You can't just go.
Well, if you won't tell us the answer, could you at least tell us if this thing's worth a
Sounds to me like you want a hint or two. A fine answer. The person who wrote this prophecy is very powerful. If you manage to solve the riddle, good things are sure to happen. Also, I happen to know where this lantern is. Once you've found the 4 things, I'll even write the location down for you. Isn't that generous of me?
Whatever. We weren't expecting much from you anyway. You can get back to guzzling wine and blowing wind now.
Oh, woe is me. Paimon sees me as nothing more than a drunken wastrel. There are actually a great many things that we bards are required to do. It just happens that enjoying life is the most important one. Once this is over, would you like to join me for a drink? You know, a favor for a favor.
A flower that is not of this world. Not of this world.
Sucrose! We've got some good news and some bad news. Which would you like to hear first?
Let's have the bad.
Huh? Really? Don't most people usually want to hear? Oh, all right then. Basically, the wind said that the prophecy is real and that your idea is a really good one.
That doesn't sound like bad news. So,
Paimon ate the bad news. Blame Sino. If it's not funny, then it's his fault.
it's fine. Well, that puts my mind at rest. Now, back to the other issue I've been mulling over. I was thinking about the flower that is not of this world. It could mean a human-cultivated variety that doesn't occur in nature. But that's basically claiming that it... So, the initial question is, can the flower's origins be traced back to a natural organism? If so, it cannot be correctly described as not of this world. But then, supposing we identified something outside of that category, whose job would it be to decide whether it belongs in this?
Whoa, whoa, slow down! Paimon's head is already starting to spin.
Okay, I did have one other line of thought as well. What about a flower created using alchemy? Would that be not of this world? Albedo may know the answer, but asking him right away would be like asking the teacher for the answers to your exam paper. It would render our search for the truth meaningless.
Could it be the wind bloom?
Oh. No, the wind bloom doesn't refer to a specific flower. Everyone defines what it means for themselves. In which case, the wind bloom doesn't exist and I've made a note. Okay.
Yay! Paimon was actually useful this time! Guess we have that sweet madame to thank, huh?
I'll need some time to prepare. Could we meet up?
Sure thing! In the meantime, we'll also think of, but, since we're really going for this...
I originally wanted to leave it as a surprise for her. And but you're right, Paimon. I'll need to be careful how I word it. All right.
activity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Sucrose! Sucrose, we're here!
Oh, Traveler, Paimon. I only just arrived myself, so I'm still getting ready. Ah, and Kale just passed by a moment ago. She said she had some things to sort out at the inn where she's staying, but she'll meet up with us when she's done. Apparently, Tainari and Sino both went out, but she stayed behind because she wanted to help us. Not too bad. After reviewing it again with fresh eyes, I came up with a new theory. I believe that each of the 4 things in the prophecy refers to a different field of knowledge. But it's unlikely for any one person to have expertise in all these different areas. So also, In 2 out of the 4 areas, the prophecy seems to want us to find specific people.
So it sounds like we should put our heads together and...
Exactly. I think we can go through each riddle in turn and generate 4 groups of names to
Alright, then let's start from group 1.
Personally, I would still go with Albedo for this one. Alchemy is the most likely to have to do with otherworldly things.
Exactly! You're the creator of the tetratanic sweet flower. Who knows?
Huh? You really think so?
Oh, but what about Tainari? He's a forest watcher and knows...
Alright, I'll add him to the... On to group 2. This...
That's kind of abstract.
Wait, but they have to be able to guide others too. So it's not quite as simple as...
Oh, you mean Mona? Yes.
Mona. Yes, she's certainly...
Would Bennett count? Well, his luck's so bad that as long as you go in the opposite direction from him, you'll always be going the right way, right?
I see.
Add him to the list. Finding everyone won't take long, so 1 extra
I know. Would Outrider Amber...
Yeah, she would! She's got a great sense of direction after all. As a matter of fact, when the track...
Yes, she's certainly a good guide.
Is there anyone else?
Let me think. Albedo once made a set of equipment for Mika from the reconnaissance company. He's their surveyor, and an exceptional path. He's even instructed others in the discipline of surveying before. So, in my view, he...
Cool! Another one for her?
Wait. Kale should have been here by now. Wonder what's taking her so long. Sorry. Could we continue our chat some...
Oh, you wanna go see how she's doing, right?
Hi, Kale. Hope we're not intruding or anything.
Sucrose! Is it time already? Oh no.
Don't worry. The Traveler and I only just met up. We were just worried that you...
Thank you. I'm ready to join you now.
So let's pick up where we left off.
Next up is the 3rd line. One who would never lie. You really think so? Seems like...
Then what about Kaya? He's the cavalry captain and a rather
You think there's something fishy about him too, huh? Yeah, he's definitely a sneaky one. But...
I can't help but agree with you there.
There's the tone-deaf bard. But on second thought, he wouldn't qualify either.
Acting Grandmaster Jean? She has a good name in that regard. But from what I know, she sometimes covers up the... For example, when Lisa loses track of time in the library and misses her patrol shift. Also, she sometimes makes up stories to get Klee to behave. Like the one about the big monster that comes to catch naughty kids who don't go...
White lies are still lies, but do we really have to reject her because of some harmless... No, we're the one...
Rosaria doesn't strike me as the type of person to lie. Oh, Kale, you probably haven't met her yet, have you? She's a sister from the church who looks... a little... She stopped by the alchemy bench once, a long time ago. I thought maybe she was trying to find him, for work or something. But when I asked, she just said a lot of people might have given a more tactful justification. But I could see in her face that she wasn't trying to hide anything. That's why I don't think of her as the lying type.
Rosaria doesn't look like the sort of person you'd want to get into a fight with. Maybe...
I can definitely see that. I've also heard the other sisters say that Rosaria doesn't even make excuses when she skips choir.
She's a tough cookie, huh?
In that case, I think Sino fits in this list too.
True. Lying's probably more trouble than it's worth for someone like... Oh, and Paimon also nominates Razor. Bet he couldn't lie to save his life.
I've also got someone else in mind. Noelle, the trainee knight. She's a very honest
Alrighty, write her name down too.
Wait, there's one more person. You know...
Huh? You mean
Yes, him. Truth be told, he's been love-struck recently. He swore that he wouldn't say a dishonest word or slack off until he succeeds.
Timaeus has a crush?
Yes, that's right.
Well, who is it? Do you know her?
I've never met her. All I know is that she's from Liyue. Timaeus says that she's fun, has a great Since we're on the topic, helping Timaeus win the lady of his dream...
But how can we help with that?
I don't know. Make sure he uses nice paper and a fancy envelope when he sends letters to her? Help him...
Yeah! I had the same situation once in the Avidia forest. I helped another forest read...
Yep, that sort of thing exactly. Oh, also, I helped him with some of the groundwork for one of his research projects. He must have appreciated it.
Is it any good?
I mean...
Sounds like a no.
Alright, guess we'll put
Okay, so last of all, we have a legend that never ends. Anyone...
Lisa, perhaps? A librarian understands books best, and aren't most legends written down?
When I think about legends, fairy tales and picture...
Maybe Kale. She read a lot of fairy tales when Tainar...
Oh,
Do I count?
of course you do. I'll put you on the list. I prefer to read things like an illustrated analysis of alchemical substances and their uses, the fascinating principles of crafting, and hypotheses of...
Point taken. Paimon...
Klee might be a good choice. Her mother, Alice, is a renowned traveling
Alright then, Klee makes the short...
Well, that should just about do it. Next up.
Do we have to ask absolutely everyone on the list?
It is. So, I was thinking that perhaps we should...
Okie dokie.
Also, I thought of a method of gathering...
No problem. We can do...
You and the Traveler are practically joined at the hip. So you two...
Capable Kale and sensible Sucrose. Sounds like a winning combination.
Okay, I promise I'll help.
Rest assured that the unbeatable Traveler and Paimon will do our part too.
I plan on starting from the person with the most defined stronghold. So, let's...
Stronghold.
Maybe... Den? No, that...
How about... Layer?
Here we are. Lisa's lair.
Oh no. That was a bad word choice. Now Sucrose is using it.
Lisa, might I ask if... Huh?
Sucrose. Kale.
I can only sucrose that they were Kale-ing on someone.
Please, just stop it with these puns. I beg you. Are you trying to win worldwide fame for unfunny jokes?
Is Lisa not here at the moment?
Surprising, isn't it? She went out. I'm afraid it's just us here looking.
Except me. I'm not here for information. Like you, I came here for an abortive search for the librarian, who is...
Oh, so you...
That's right. Her mentor in Sumeru was also my benefactor. We were both
Wow, that's cool. But wait, we're getting sidetracked. We came here to look for some information. Kale and I are investigating a prophecy.
Oh? What's...
I see. You want to ask them about the flower that is not a...
But there's no rush. You don't need to answer right away. We're just here to tell you about the situation. You can take your time to think it over and submit...
The Sucrose mailbox?
Yep. I was thinking about it on the way. And although they seem like trick questions, There's a lot to mull over once you get down to the details. A quick answer off the top of your head might not go into enough depth. So, I decided to place a mailbox next to the alchemy crafting table. Everyone can submit their written answers there when they're ready. We don't have to call it the Sucrose mailbox, though. It could just as well be called the Sucrose and Kale mailbox. Or even the Sucrose Kale Traveler.
I think in this case, we can just go with your quick answer off the top of your head.
Sounds like a good solution. Certainly more reliable than verbal discussion alone.
Agreed. Certainly when it comes to discerning whether someone is a liar or not, you cannot simply take them at their...
Understood. Once we've had a look into it, we'll place our replies into your...
Thank you all so much. Okay, let's tick them off the list and carry on working our way down.
Already done.
I'm pleasantly surprised to see those two introverts getting along so well.
Do you get the feeling that Kale's return to Mondstadt has emboldened her more contrarian side?
Yes, I'd noticed that too.
Traveling and meeting old friends are both good for the body and soul. And isn't rediscovering one's youth while revisiting old haunts a worthwhile pursuit?
When I first met Kale, she'd never known happiness or youth. But things are different now. Her Elazar being cured was a huge milestone in her life.
Kale is a very sensitive and introverted child. I'm sure you must have noticed that too, Albedo. From the time she's been in my care, I've observed that she's actually a very lively character by nature. But she had a very...
So, might I assume that your respective claims of looking for plants...
I wouldn't say that. Both Kale and Genius Invocation TCG are
Would it really kill you to just say yes in this situation?
Fine. Yes. We came out of concern for Kale. She's been back to Mondstadt of her own accord several times, but it has led to no significant improvement in her mood.
Well, it won't hurt to give her some more time. I believe that Sucrose might be able to help her.
Sounds like an extension of your own self-confidence as her teacher.
You could say that. In a similar vein, I've heard that Sumeru scholars often build their social relationships based on their academic ones. Is that true?
I suppose it might look like that from your perspective. Sumeru society is something of a special case. The reason it is known as the City of Learning is because all of its resources are in some way linked to academia. As such, academic resources equate to social capital. It is not unheard of, for example, for people to build a family in order to pursue further studies. But the relationship between the three of us is not an academic one turned social. We've never even worked on a paper together for starters.
Oh, so the academic paper is the nexus of the academic family. Interesting.
I would think of us more as siblings. An equal and pure relationship, unaffected by academic considerations.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it, that statement is not inaccurate.
I can understand that position. I have a younger sister myself, and it's only natural for me to be protective of her. What you described fits the idea of a city of learning, as I imagine it. The family is where all social relationships intersect. As such, a family founded on common goals may actually be more stable. By the way, who's the eldest between you?
Let's not go down this rabbit hole, please.
In terms of age, I'm the eldest, of course.
But your mental age is younger than that. I dare say even by enough to be the youngest sibling. Perhaps I could bring Kale into this happy family to be your elder sister.
No. You will never see me admit to being the youngest sibling. Except perhaps...
Guess we'll leave Kali and Sucrose to it. Fingers crossed all goes well for them. Let's try our luck at the bulletin board. A lot of people tend to show up there at some point. Nice! Just as we hoped! There's a load of people here. Huh? Even Lisa's here.
Hey there, Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while. Have
We've been doing pretty well.
You look surprised, cuties. Is it because of me?
Teacher is not at the usual place.
Oh, please. It's not as if I'm glued to my chair. I like to get out for a little fresh air every once in a while. Mika's here today, so I thought it'd be a good time to introduce him to Bennett and Razor. They're all out and about quite often.
Hello, everyone. My name... I look forward to working with you.
no need to be so formal. We've known them for ages. They're cool.
Windbloom. Fun?
Actually, we haven't gotten to the fun part yet. We've been busy investigating a prophecy.
A prophecy? What kind?
A good one or a bad one?
Gosh, that all sounds quite fascinating.
I can't believe I made it onto your list of names.
Believe in yourself. Right. Believe in yourself. You're...
Okay, then in that case, I'll step up and present my thoughts on the matter.
Oh, there's no need to tell us all of your thoughts right here and now. Sucrose said she'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench, so you can just write down your...
A meticulous and efficient plan. Yep, that sounds like Sucrose.
I will think also. Give...
You still have other people on your list that you need to go see, right? We should leave you to it. Don't worry.
Okay, bye for now. Let's head over to Star Snatch Cliff next. And even if we don't find any familiar faces...
Oh, you're working so hard. Do be sure to get some rest when you can. If you get tired...
Where to next? Let me check my notes. Huh, this way. Got it. Kale, please follow me.
Oh, it's our lucky day.
Amber? Wow, and Eula's with her too.
Oh, it's Sucrose! And Klee also spies. Kale, we were just talking about you. Ah, right, I don't think you've been introduced to Noelle before. Kale, this is Noelle, maid of the Knights of Favonius.
Nice to meet you, Kale.
I missed you the last few times you were in Mondstadt, so I'm glad.
Oh, nice to meet you too, Noelle. My name is Kale. But you already knew that.
Relax, you two. There's no need to be so courteous. We're not on some kind of diplomat.
Klee, what are you doing here? Are you planning to blast some fish?
Nope. Klee's on patrol with the other knights.
Huh. Now that you mention it, it looks like everyone here's a Knight of Favonius except for Kale and me.
I'd heard that there was a very young knight in the ranks, but it's still a surprise to see with my own eyes.
Kale, what do you do?
I'm a trainee forest ranger in the Avidia Forest.
Trainee?
It means I'm not officially a fully qualified forest watcher yet. I'm still learning.
Oh, you're just like me. I'm still working towards becoming a fully qualified knight.
Technically, though the distinction is hardly relevant right now. This isn't a very formal patrol.
Don't panic, Kale. Just pick a topic and join the conversation. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic.
Let me guess. Were you chatting about the new guests in town?
Yep. A few folks from Sumeru have come to visit, so we're brainstorming a few night.
Amber!
Sorry, at least I didn't say anything about what the surprise is.
Oh no. How am I supposed to join this conversation now?
Speaking of nice surprises, we've actually...
What kind of surprise? Tell me,
I'm saved. Secros is giving me a lead-in. Now, I just need to follow on from what she's already started talking about.
What an interesting prophecy. I have no...
So essentially, you're gathering information to help you solve the riddle.
Thank you so much, Eula.
Anytime.
There's no need to answer right away. We'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench for people to drop us a note.
I'll drop something in there first.
Nice idea. I think we can all commit to writing a note. We'll see what we can...
Yep, don't worry. You can count on us. But we do have...
What route are you taking today?
We started in the Stormbearer Mountains, and we'll end at the city gates. You'd be very welcome to join us, but it sounds like you're pretty busy with all this.
No. There's always next time. We'll
Oh, yeah, so, we'll be on our way for now.
See you later. Have a safe trip back.
Are you okay, Kale?
Was it that obvious?
No, not at all. It just...
So that means it was obvious.
Whatever's bothering you, you can talk to me about...
Thanks, Sucrose. Well, the truth is...
Really?
We are. Amber's a really important friend to me. I don't know. I guess if I'm being the first time I came to Mondstadt, I was really immature. I didn't want to let people in, and I was generally pretty awful to everyone. Without Amber, I might not even be here today. And because of that, I really look up to her. I think of her as my role model, and hoped that maybe one day, but after trying and failing for several years, I think I finally realized. Looking back, it seems silly that I ever thought like that. We're nothing alike at all. My personality's so...
Aw, Kale. Don't say that.
Sucrose? Would it be okay if I told you a bit about my past?
I already knew bits and pieces about her. But still, why did she have to go through all that?
I'm sorry. We've only just met and I'm already dumping all of this on you. This is why I get so frustrated at myself. I'm always doing this. I get into a spiral.
No, it's fine. People don't open up about their deepest feelings unless they really trust the other person. Don't you think? And, I mean... probably noticed by now. But even so, you still listen to me when I talk my head off about alchemy. If you hadn't told me all of those things, I never would have guessed that you struggle so much. Really? Yeah. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. All the feelings that you talked about just now. I totally get it. It takes so much more effort for us. When you were saying about how you try to think about what to say in advance, and you're constantly terrified of saying the wrong thing and making things awkward, I relate to that. In fact, before meeting you, I'd never... I'm not very good at giving words of comfort or anything, and I'm not gonna tell you to just get over it or stop worrying about it. How about we just sit here for a little while? We don't have to force a conversation if we can't think of anything. We can just...
Sucrose has stopped talking, but for some reason, this doesn't feel awkward at all. Maybe she's in Sumeru. I always like to find a quiet place to just sit and watch the scenery, but it's always by myself. I never thought there'd be a day when I could do. Mondstadt's breeze is so gentle and soft.
Hey, Kale. See that cloud over there? Doesn't it look like...
I don't think so.
Then, maybe we're not quite on the same wavelength on everything. At least, not when...
Thank you, Sucrose. I feel much better after talking to you.
Yeah, it helps a lot, doesn't it? I also vent to my flasks sometimes. The next time I get the chance, I have
Your tetra... what?
2 of my favorite things I've made. They're really cool. I think you might like them.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I brought some crackers with me. You want one? There's cheese flavor or tomato flavor.
Sure. I'll try the cheese.
Aw, look! They're enjoying the scenery together.
Shall we go play with them?
No, it's fine. Let them sit for a while.
We're not what Kale needs right now. She needs a new friend. Someone different.
I don't get it. Is there...
There is. You'll understand once you're a little older, Klee. People can draw different kinds of strength from different kinds of friends. And right now, Kale needs someone that's just not the same old me.
hopes we find someone we need here.
Help! Oh, I beg you, please don't let go!
Who's that yelling? Let's hurry and take a look. Timaeus? And we also have Rosaria and Mona? What kind of mishmash ensemble is this?
Good question. What kind of a motley crew is this?
It's been a while, traveler.
You two are looking pretty good. I trust you've been
Yep, we're definitely faring a lot better than this poor guy on the ground.
Hey, please don't rub salt in my wound. I really have been trying my best.
Oh, you're one to talk. If this sister hadn't grabbed you in time, then you'd have been seriously hurt, if not dead.
I know. I really am grateful, miss.
Don't mention it. Just lending a hand.
Quite literally. And had she not lent him a hand and pulled him up...
What happened? Did Timaeus...
Well, so what actually happened was I came to Star Snatch Cliff today to pick some flowers and ran in...
But you still came up here anyway?
Well, yes, I did. Because there's something I just had...
Oh, I hardly think giving flowers to your crush is worth throwing one's life...
It's rare to run into someone with a death wish in this area.
I don't have a death wish. I just didn't think it would really come true. I mean, when Mona said it would be dangerous, I thought I'd be fine as long. I'm telling you, I'm just here chasing the love of my life. Love-struck Mondstadters is what the Windbloom Festival.
Okay, that explains you. But why is Rosa?
I was looking for a quiet place to escape the crowds. I wasn't planning on having to.
So that's why the scryglass just showed danger instead of fatal danger.
Very funny. Anyway,
Just trying our luck. We've got a lot of people we need to see today, so we've been all over the place. Actually.
huh?
I see. So all we'll need to do is.
I can't believe there's a prophecy like this, let alone that I have a part to play in it. Oh, I guess this means everyone will find out about my crush now. I came here because I wanted to give some Cecilias to the girl I love. They'll.
No, no one asked. Please, do not subject us to your gushing about your girlfriend.
Oh, you saw right.
You said you need clues, right? Well, in that case, Mona Magistus the astrologist will provide you with a personally handwritten letter.
You can be on your way now. We won't keep you any longer.
All right, then let's head back for now and meet up with everyone else.
Will do.
We're back! Oh, but it looks like you two beat us.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Yep, we managed to find and talk to everybody.
We got back a little early, so we took some time just now to put the mailbox together. We got really lucky today. The vendors were feeling super generous, so we didn't even need to pay for the materials. It's just a shame that Kale got a splinter.
Don't worry about me. I'm used to working in the rainforest.
We've already wrapped up everything on our to-do list for today. Traveler, Paimon, why don't...
You're definitely your master's student, Sucrose. As long as you or Albedo are around...
Stop.
Wait. Actually, there's one thing that still needs taking care of.
I'll go with Sucrose to return the leftover materials to the vendors. You two, go get a...
Yeah, now would be a good time for a break. Once everything is ready, let's meet up here again and collate all the information we've gathered.
Sounds like a plan.
What happened this time?
Paimon will have this one and this one. Ooh, hey, Paimon's really hungry. And don't forget, Paimon's all... Ooh.
Is everything packed up and ready? What do you think about meeting up?
Yes, everything's ready. I've packed some great wine.
Ham? Look, we've known each other for quite some time now.
I must remember to get some milk today on my... Please, feel free to pay a visit to Cat...
Enjoying the scenery?
Oh, Tone Deaf Bard! Are you here for some food as well?
Oh, I can put something on your tab? I shall take you up on your kind offer another day. There should be no... Anywho, you should be getting ready...
What kind of...
Behold!
What is it?
It's what you need the most right now. The answer to the prophetic puzzle. Simply head to the location marked on the map, and you'll find the... If I were you, I wouldn't just go and reveal the secret right away. As you've seen, a lot of people have been laboring hard to... A secret is like a well-aged brew. The aroma from the bottle is sweet, then it's settled. I'll leave you to your business for now. Feel free to... Also, if you have some time, we could organize another fast trip.
Oh, you're starting that.
I sure am. Nobody else has signed up this year, though. Anyway, see you later.
Venti always looks so relaxed whenever we run into him.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, could I chat with you for...
Oh? Who are you?
You may call me Scarlet. Just like you, I'm a traveler visiting Mondstadt from another land. Mind if I buy you a drink? Leaving the door open for another time, I see. I can tell that you've dealt with a lot of people during your travels.
You can tell? Well, we are...
I can. That's why I tried to strike up a conversation. I was on my way to go shopping earlier when I overheard your conversation next to the crafting bench.
Yep.
Don't you think it sounds just like the kind of story that would happen in Mondstadt? Anyway, that's why I wanted to ask. Not so much the prophecy itself, but Mondstadt as a nation. I was born in a distant land, but I have family and friends who once lived in Mondstadt for a long time. They said, as it happens, someone I know has an anniversary coming up soon. So I figured this would be a good time to come here and see all the sights that she once saw.
What do you think about Mondstadt?
It certainly lives up to its name as the city of romance and freedom.
We think so too.
So, about the prophecy. Thank you. You're very friendly. It's been a real pleasure to meet you. I'll leave it to you then. I hope you continue to enjoy.
She definitely isn't dressed like a local, huh? Where do you think her hometown could be?
Please find me a flower that is not of this world, and a guide who will never get. Find me one who would never lie, as well as a legend that never ends. I never thought I'd have someone secretly following me, even in a free city like Mondstadt. Good day to you, miss.
It's time! It's time! Let's go meet Sucrose and Kale at the crafting bench!
Good bargains during the Windbloom Festival. No, I need to save money.
Today's location is a mistake. Could that be referring to the real Windbloom?
Hey, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups.
Nice work!
Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal. Well, as for my answer, I think
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who... Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy. While Bennett suggests... Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody.
As for one who would never lie, Rosaria removed herself from consideration, but Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with...
So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then?
You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all out in no time.
Or, let's all share our thoughts on what...
Wait! Wait for me!
Oh, Timaeus!
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter.
Huh? This is kinda sudden. Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little?
Of course, of course. Do you still remember the time well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research.
Wait! So Ying is the girl from Lila that Sucrose mentioned earlier? We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing...
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. And anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were...
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart, transformed by the power. I know full well that Miss Ying R is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways... which brings me to the subject of the last few. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another... And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that I feel incredible. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world, while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people.
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to...
But then what about Ying-ar?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now?
Well, yes. I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked win. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself, to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. All I can do now is hope... point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor. Plus, I think...
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Thank you, everyone. I promise to do every...
Okay, so it looks like we found our...
Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other 3. Okay, Paimon will do the honors. We have with us here the flower...
Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus?
All right. We also...
That's me!
With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a...
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there? Of course. We will soon...
Actually,
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just a moment ago?
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, I'm a little worried too.
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the answer, we should test it at the...
Oh, we know something about that.
What? Wow, that's amazing.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
This is it! We're off to find the sacred location of the...
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
Aww. I don't see any lanterns here. Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern Utmost Joy actually looks like.
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Paimon's reading too. But there's nothing above us. Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
Look! Look! The wind is blowing!
What a strong wind current. Let's ride it.
Huh? We'll have to fly up there?
Here.
This is the first time I've ever flown like this!
How did this little island get up?
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire...
Oh, good thinking, Colin. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as if someone was holding a tea party.
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Take your seat, present your answers, and, well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's simple enough.
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear.
questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible.
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine, but I also couldn't find any.
Huh? What?
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our.
That sounds kind of...
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
Mona, is there something wrong?
Oh, are you hungry? I brought some. Thank you for offering, Klee, but while Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass, but there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring, but if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then no.
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Don't leave us on the edge like this, Mona.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes, let's test the hypothesis together, Klee.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find a flower that is not of this world,
You can do it, Sucrose.
then I would fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Kale, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as, although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me...
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophet. There's no tale more befitting the title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Wait! The lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern are glowing!
Huh? But...
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, all right.
Huh? What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it say we...
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven that there is...
No right answer? But how could that be?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey! You're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then, why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
Huh. So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Huh? But why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be the lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Huh. Why did this little thing just light up? How strange.
Hello? On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there? Mom?
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It is always...
Oh, it's Alice. I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
So I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds so coy all of a sudden?
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Anemo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering... Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
It's a really long tape.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Anemo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Wait. Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story. Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Anemo Archon himself, but he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands, and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
So this is where the legendary mages held their meet.
That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
Then, what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. It's a little embarrassing. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost, one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends. These 4 descriptions signify 4 individual mages. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together. A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhine-daughter, also known as Gold. If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would be her. The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study. Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to guide people toward the truth when a change has occurred in the world. She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning. If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world and that they would all know each other?
The one who would never lie is me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for those with sincerity and candor. As for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that book.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose to teach me the meaning of grief. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on, leaving her title to her students and followers. Alice, you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle. I've always wanted to meet you.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose of the Hexen Circle. I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay, many other ordinary people were also among you.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn towards the idea of becoming a mage.
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different. You are much more fascinating than any of your predecessors.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about Jay's married life back in her hometown.
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the Hexen Circle after getting married?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she saw the message. We were just asking one thing of her. Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best friends and sisters.
So, the Supreme Blessing actually meant...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end are those who will greet us at our journey's destination. Dear child, I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains and frustrations that will keep us up at night. But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again, regardless of how many years have passed or how far the distance may be. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely blessed is all about.
Oh.
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are...
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later.
Bye, Mom! Todoko says bye, too!
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windbloom again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you still...
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this... just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone...
Whoa! Ah! Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if you just...
I'm fine. I'm just... a little glider sick, that's all.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
Okay. Sure thing.
It sounds like you've still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
It's nothing, really. It's just... Well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the supreme blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Wimbloom Festival Special Ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Yingar, right?
Oh, Miss Yingar. Well, I mean, I just really don't want...
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
Huh? Miss Yingar?
Oh, so that's Miss Yingar? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the...
I am so sorry, Miss Yingar, but how did...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Of course I am. I'm so happy that, I don't, sorry, I don't know what to say.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you you said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right?
Should we go...
I wouldn't. You'll get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
Oh, really?
I am so glad to see Timaeus find his happiness.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy. And you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very...
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay, since we are so alike. You probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues...
But... isn't it too late now for me to learn to accept my...
well...
I may have read about that in a book before.
That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date. My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned up late to a date once, all with a smile on her face. But she also said that learning is just another part of life. It's never too late to start something, as long as you recognize that it's something good for you to do. Why don't you give it a try, Kale?
Okay, I'll try my best.
They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to...
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
This texture... Are these seeds?
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. It's nothing too special, but they're the best cultivars that I've made. They're super sweet and easy to grow and keep. I'm also submitting them as my Windblooms for this year. I wish that
Thank you. I'll plant them in the Avidia forest.
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free to look through them whenever you can find the time.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy.
Sucrose, now's your chance. Didn't you want to collect a breath of...
You're right. I almost forgot. Kale, can you exhale?
Oh, really? May I?
Of course. was that?
It was like a little cloud of happiness. And now...
Well, luckily, there's still some breath left in the test tube. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any breakthroughs in my...
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your...
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal.
Master Tainari! Sign...
If your friendship was forged in a test tube, does that make you test friends forever?
That's it. I think you've ruined Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt beyond all hope.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you. Sino wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants you to use it if you
I'm a master of the game. Do you dare challenge me?
Can you believe this guy? Huh. What? Wait! I've got something... Huh? Kali has a gift for us? Yeah. I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and prepare... I made these bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel. I want to give them to Amber, Master Tainari, and Sino. During Windbloom, Mondstatters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tainari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
Well, in this case, we can consider ourselves as regular siblings.
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone else from Mondstadt. Whoa, are these really for us?
So, are these your chosen Windblooms?
Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisaras and Sumeru roses are my Windblooms. Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers that can best express my feelings. I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those who I wish to accompany as weak. The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant crossing mountains and oceans to do so.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there?
Huh?
Doesn't it look just like your test tube?